morning, YouTube. CDL Express back with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about how it was for me when I got my license. You know, like from the beginning and stuff. So like basically, I've been around trucks my whole life because my dad was a truck driver. He was a truck driver since I could remember. And I'm gonna start from where I graduated high school. So basically, whenever I was about to graduate, my parents were telling me that they wanted me to go to college and stuff, and I didn't really want to. And like, I wasn't even thinking about getting my CDL at that time. When I was 18, I was like going from job to job. My first job was hanging sheetrock and doing demolition during like the Hurricane Harvey time, like in 2017. When all the houses got flooded and stuff. There was a lot of work in doing that. And so that was my first job. And I did that for a while. And then after that, I think I started working at an oil field warehouse, like cleaning oil field valves, like hydraulic valves and stuff. And then after that one, I got another job at another oil field warehouse, but it was kind of whack. Like, you know, kind of grass is greener on this side type of situation. And yeah, I ended up leaving that. And I think after that, maybe I was around 19, 20, around that age. I moved to Louisiana because my grandma said that the work in the plants was really good, which it was. But I tried that. I got my twig card. Well, really, I got my twig card so I can go into the ports with my dad, but good thing I already had it, even though they didn't even need it over there. But yeah, I moved to Louisiana, close to Baton Rouge, and I was doing insulation. And then eventually I learned how to do the metal, so I could get paid a little more. But right around that time is whenever COVID started happening, so they shut down the job. We were home for like 2 months over there in Louisiana, just collecting that unemployment check that we were getting. I think it was like 800 something a week. So we kind of just lived off of that. I mean, everything was cheaper back then too. I remember the little car that I had, we would fill it up with like 20 bucks at the Walmart neighborhood gas station. Yeah, after that, we got tired of it, Louisiana. I mean, nothing wrong with Louisiana, you know, but coming from Houston, moving to Louisiana, it's just, I mean, it was my grandma over there, but like most of our family was over here, so we didn't really have nothing to do, and the weather's just kind of crappy, my bad. So we moved back, and then I moved back to my parents' house with my wife. I think we were already married. And my dad let us move back in. He was like, get your CDL, and then you can live here with me rent free. So we did that for a year, and I ended up like going to CDL Express over there on 59. Like when I got my CDL, it wasn't required that you had to go to school yet, so I didn't have to go to like pay like almost $3,000, $4,000 to go to a school, because I got it before that law came into effect here in Texas. I don't know if it's federal or something, I don't know. It's probably nationwide. But yeah, once I went to CDL Express, I kind of already had an idea like what I was doing, because I would go with my dad every summer and stuff. And while I was living with him for that year, he was training me OTR and stuff, and I learned how to drive the 13 speed. He did flatbed at the time too, so I learned how to tie down with chains and straps, you know, anything really that we can get. So also at the time, my dad was doing a lot of RGN work. He had bought a lowboy, a 55 ton 3-axle. So that's what we were doing, and I learned a lot how to do that too. Same thing with my brother. My brother got trained and he got his CDL maybe like a year before me or two. And once I got my CDL, the way I did it was I just went to CDL Express. They gave me the answers to the test so I can get prepared for it, like study it. And then once I had the answers, I went and got my learner's permit, and that's when I was training with my dad and stuff. And once I did my test, I did all the tests in one day for the learner's permit, and I passed them all. And then whenever it was my appointment for the driving test, I passed that the same day too. I forgot which card I got for the pre-trip, but it wasn't, I think it was from the hood back, but not inside the cab. Like, it was basically everything except inside the cab, because I did all the parts, all the axles, the coupling, and the trailer, and all that together. And then I passed out on the first try too, and the driving test as well. And also to park, I think I did parallel park and offset park. That's what I did. So I got those two in the first try. You know, I'm really blessed because, like I said, my dad was already a truck driver, and my whole life I've been going with him. And you can learn a lot just from watching somebody, you know. And also all the training he gave me on the road. And this exit always gets backed up. So yeah, that's why I said it was a lot easier to get your CDL back then. I think I got mine in like 3 weeks. So like between ages 18 and 21, I was just really undecisive with what I wanted to do. So that's what took a while for me to get my CDL, when I really could have got it at 18, which I wish I should have. Like, now looking back, you know, I would have a lot more experience than I do now, and I could get hired in places a lot easier. Another thing about your CDL, guys, is you really got to watch your driving record, because that does really count. It can really affect your insurance rates, or if a company wants to hire you, because if you have a really bad driving record, you're going to be a liability for a company, so the insurance is going to cost them a lot of money. So they got to make sure they're still going to make profit off of you driving their truck. And I never really went OTR after I got my CDL. I didn't get my endorsements or nothing like that either till recently. But my first job, I started driving a concrete mixer here locally in Houston. The company was SRM Concrete. My brother was already working there, so he got me in as soon as I got my CDL. Like, literally, I had my paper copy. I called Daniel up and I told him I got my license. He said, come in for an interview. I gave him my paper copy, and he said, okay, you go do your drug test and all that, and you can start in a couple days. So yeah, that's how I started. And whenever I got my first load by myself, after like 2 days training with my brother, because he went on vacation right after, he already had taught me how to do it. But the batchman, the one that was working the plants, he came up and he like poured like maybe like 10 gallons of water, and it looked like it was ready. So he's like, all right, you good to go. So then, like, I was confident, you know. I was like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. I really don't. So I left, and when I got to the job site, man, you could hear that little dry as hell. I used almost all my tank to get it somewhat pourable. If not, I would have had a rejected load. Yeah, I did that for a while. I drove for them, and I drove for CMEX right here in Houston as well, locally. And then after that, I really just stuck to, you know, concrete mixers. But technically it's Class B experience, so I wanted to get some Class A experience. So then one of my homeboys, Trucker JC on Instagram and YouTube, you guys go follow him and subscribe to his channel, Trucker_JC. I seen that he was doing the end dump, so I asked him, you know, like, hey, they're hiring? And he's like, yeah, they are. Like, come on with it. So I went, and I think they trained me for like a day as well doing end dump. So I did that, and I did that for a couple of months as well. Then people were kind of like scammers, you know. They said that they paid us 30%, but we never saw no rate confirmations or nothing like that. And like busting our ass, you can ask my boy JC. We were busting our ass like day and night, you know, going back and forth, San Antonio, New Braunfels, and back daily. I mean, he would work even harder, and like some of his checks would come out like pretty decent, you know, but it didn't reflect on how much work he would put in. So, and then like doing calculations and stuff, like after the fuel, after paying us, like the truck made no money. So it's like, nah, they have to be making more money, because we were hauling salt. So I ended up bad with them, because that one time they had got new trailers, and the night before somebody went to pressure wash the trailers, and they accidentally opened the air tank valve with the pressure washer. So whenever I put all the air in the trailer, the brakes didn't lock, so I kind of dragged their trailer like that, and I know that was my fault. But they said that I went like 2 miles down the road. I literally got out of the yard, I noticed, and then I turned around and came back. And like, to me, it looked like they had sabotaged the tires even more, so they kept my last check. It was like $1,300. And then after that, my dad's truck, well, my dad passed away on November 8th, 2021. So like, this truck had been sitting for a couple of months as well, and I couldn't drive it with my parents' company because they required me to be 25 years old, and I was I think 22 at the time. Mother. Yeah, I was 22 at the time. So like, my parents' insurance wouldn't even get me in the company. Then my dad's trailer, this one, the flatbed, was sitting for a while too. And where you going? You ain't getting nowhere. And I saw that one of my cousins was doing containers. My cousin, man, what the? It's because I'm talking, I'm distracted. Yeah, one of my cousins, Marcos, he was doing containers, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try it out, but the company required you to be 23. But since my cousin was in there, they helped me out. I was 22. I think I was like a couple months away. February, May, June, July. I was 3 months away from turning 23. So they said, screw it, you know, we'll give you a try. Come on with it. I had a clean driving record and all that. And I guess my cousin told them that I've been around trucking my whole life, you know, so I wasn't really gonna be a liability to them. So that's when I started as owner-operator. You know, I'm really blessed to be able to drive my dad's truck. To this day, I drive it. You know, we miss him every day. That was my dad. And to me, it's like God's timing, you know. If it was his time to go, my dad did everything to prepare me, my brother, and my sister, like, to put it on the right path to success. And then now it's up to us to really get successful. Because while my dad was still alive, my brother got his first truck, and they were paying a lot in insurance because my brother was young as well. And what's it called? Oh shit, I gotta switch lanes. Yeah, my brother was paying a lot on insurance, and he's been helping us. I mean, my dad's always looked out for us. Like, we've never had to worry about food, clothes, nothing like that, you know. My dad always took care of us. And like I said, even when my brother was first starting as an owner-operator, when he bought his Peterbilt, my dad would help him out a lot. They would help out each other, you know. And I wish I would have got to experience that as well, but like I said, it's God's timing. Only God knows why. But I mean, here I am, you know, driving his truck now. And yeah, so going back to it, whenever I got in containers, I was doing a lot of loads to El Paso and stuff, so I was making like good money. I'm not gonna say the best, but it was good for containers, you know. That's when work was pretty good. So that lasted for a good while. And then after that, it got really slow. They were giving me like 2 locals a week. I was grossing like $800 a week, and it was like every week it was really bad. So I knew my dad's trailer was sitting, and one of my dad's friends had bought it. And I told him, like, hey, I want to switch over to a flatbed because it's really dead here, like it's really slow. And this trailer was sitting, and he was about to sell his other trailer so he could keep this one, but he helped me out. He was like, you know what, keep the trailer and then just pay it to me in payments. So I'm still paying that trailer off. And since my parents' company couldn't take me in, his could, and he leased me on. So I was working under his authority for a while until I was able to get into my parents' company now, which is CDL Express. So that's what I'm doing now, guys. And yeah, if you have any questions about how to get your CDL now, I'm not too sure about it because the law changed now, you know. But you can ask my friend CDL Herrera. He went through that step-by-step process in his video, how he got it. because you do have to go to school now. So if you guys want to go check out his channel, it's CDL.Herrera, and it's the same on Instagram. If you guys want to go check out his video, because I can kind of give you an idea of how to give your CDL, but how to get your CDL, but like I said, it's a little different from when I did it, so I might misinform you, you know, and I don't want to do that. That's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that story time. Like I said, I'm on my way to Galveston to unload right now. I got this 10 feet wide plate, and yeah, it's a little harder. You gotta really try to stay in your lane, especially right now, 45 south. The construction gets real tight, so I'm gonna put the camera down and really focus on my driving, because these four-wheelers and these box trucks and everybody just trying to can't stay in their lane, you know. Yeah, guys, if you like that video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one, guys. I'll see you guys.